a moment of your time. I'd like to toast this couple. My name, I guess they don't much care about myself. I started with a pack of 3x5 cards. I've known these two. I've known Chris for 16 years coming up this July. And I'd start writing something down, and then I'd throw that away and write something down. And I'd say, nobody wants to see somebody read 3x5 cards. Did you get that, Seth?
I got it.
All right. Anyway, and I just thought, you know what? Just speak from the heart and talk about how you met these two and what it was like and how you met them. And it came about 16 years ago. 3 people from Zachary, Louisiana were going to see the country for their first time. And one of them was Chris. And they had a dog. What was the dog's name? Bump. 2 other people and a dog, big old dog, Bump. And I lived in Chicago, and I went to see a musical show in the hills of Ohio. And I pulled in, and I parked at this venue, and these 3 kids they were kids at the time, came up, and I have a Volkswagen Vanagon, the last model year of the front engine old school hippie van, you know? And they came over. I'm a pretty shy guy, I wouldn't say much, and these kids, oh, cool, man, wow. And I'd show them a little bit about it. And so we spent the afternoon there. We got there early, and we waited for the show to start. And these kids couldn't have been nicer. Now, I'm from Chicago. They're from a town I couldn't even spell, and it was Zachary, Louisiana. I mean, I've been to New Orleans or something, and it was just amazing how the similarities were there. And the one thing that I've always measured about my friends and people that I met is heart. And Chris Kelly has an unmistakable it factor when it comes to heart. He has a huge heart that you never want to lose. I said goodbye to them that day, and the next show we were actually going to see the same shows, and I went to Columbus, Ohio. Well, I parked, turned off my car, and who's the first person I see walking in front of me? Chris Kelly. I said, okay, I get it. I guess I'm supposed to know this guy. Well, by the end of the week, I have to go to a wedding in Chicago. I lived in Chicago. And I told these people, I'm bringing the kids up to Chicago because they wanted to see the world, and they wanted to see the cities, and they wanted to see the United States. And there's nothing much better than, in my opinion, a humble Chicago, is the city of Chicago. So I said, come on up with me. My sister has a house in Chicago, and they're also spending the weekend at the little lake cottage they have. So I said, no problem, come. We'll do the Chicago thing, and by Sunday night, they'll be out of town. My sister will never know a thing, and this will be great. Well, and they end up coming to the wedding. These people hear about the kids. We want to meet the kids they were called. We want to meet the kids. They end up meeting the kids. The next thing, we get home from this wedding on Sunday morning at about 7 in the morning, and we watch the British Open golf tournament because they started about 6 and everybody falls asleep. My sister and her husband and their baby come home, and here's 3 kids from New Orleans and their brother sprawled out in her house with Bump running up and down. They also had a dog, and now Bump gets a look at my sister's dog, and the dog, the first one. And I'm going, oh, we got trouble here. And my sister is a saint, bless her heart. Well, I was in the world of golf at that time, and I had to leave for a golf tournament on Monday. My sister said, let them, they're staying with us tonight. Nobody's leaving at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock on a Sunday night. They're staying with us. My sister made some dinner, and we all get well rested, and I leave on Monday morning, and I drive to a golf tournament, and I call, and I said, well, the kids get out of there okay? Oh no, we just went to the store. We got steaks coming. We've got baked potatoes coming. I said, they're doing great. I said, okay, fine. Called the next day. Well, the kids leave. Oh no, we're going to the zoo today. They were there for 3 days. It wasn't them. They were ready to go on Sunday night. My sister got so attached to Chris And she's married. Now got so attached to the three of them that it was like Thursday before they left. And I was born without a brother. And in June of 1996, I found out I had a brother. They always talk about blood is stronger than water. Well, I'll tell you what, my friends, they grow some awfully strong water down here in Louisiana. And Chris has been my brother, heart and soul, since June of 1996. Somewhere I hear Glenn Kelly going, "Oh my God, another son, I didn't claim him and he's a Big Ten football fan to boot." No. Anyway, as time goes by, and when you protect these people that have these big hearts, because those are the ones that need protecting. It's not the ones with the hard hearts that really don't care about people. It's the ones that do the little things where you can get hurt so bad. And my friends and I would always worry about Chris. Chris ended up taking a job in San Francisco. I introduced him to all my friends in San Francisco. They called him about 3 times a week, and about once a month my friend, "Oh, hi Chuck, you're still around?" "Okay, fine." He took over. They love him now. I'm just like yesterday's news. But we would always make sure that we had, "How's Chris doing? What's going on with Chris?" Well, we had to protect his heart for years and years with ladies and go to about last year, May, Jazz Fest. And he calls me 2 months before Jazz Fest and he says, "Chuck, I have found the one." And I said, "You found the one?" "Oh, no." I said, "Oh, I mean, that was unfortunately, that's how oh, no." Really? And I said, well, I know her we went to high school together, which already I felt much better about. It was like, okay, we have some history. We have history. This is good. Tell me about it. And he's just new love, gushy gooey, right? So now, Chris, with all our friends in San Francisco, and we always 15 straight Jazz Fest, we've been together, we're going to get to meet Carla the Friday of Jazz Fest a year ago. Well, we bring her to the crawfish boil, and now we're all on our best behavior because this is the one. Well, we get her a bowl of crawfish, and we're fawning over her and straightening up the chair and making sure, can we get you something to drink? Well, oh, sure. Well, daiquiri, yeah, like they're $1.91. Oh, that's fine. I'll have one of those. Okay. After a couple of those, "Carla, you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Oh, those daiquiris, I just love those daiquiris. Really. So we go to a show that night, and I will wrap this up quickly. But this is where we knew we had our gal. We went to a show at the Howling Wolf. And the Howling Wolf, late night, can get a little, there can be the occasional spilled beer on the floor and a mixed drink on the floor. And, we're trying to show Carla a good time and not let her think she's running with a bunch of heathens and stuff. We're trying to put on a show. So one of these gals, one of my friends, Renee, looks at her and says, "Oh, look," like we had never seen this before. "Oh, look at all the beer on the floor." Carla looks at it and says, "You know what that is? That's just party gravy. Don't worry about it." As soon as that spread around, we knew we had found our one, and we couldn't have done better. So if everybody would take their hand and grab their drink and toast my favorite couple in the world, all the love and blessings that these two can get, that the Lord will give them, please bestow on them. Thank you for letting me speak. I appreciate it. I toast you.
Cheers.
Very sweet.
No, I
It's
have.
your signature move.
Yeah.